Hey guys, Atharvir, welcome back to Avionics, and today we are going to get on with the new chapter, chapter 1, Understanding Diversity. So let's get into the introduction of the chapter. Look around you in the classroom. Do you see anyone who looks exactly like you? Well, I'm going to put a thing to that. If there are twins, then that's acceptable, but something if they are not twins, then so look around your classroom. Do you see anyone who looks exactly like you do? In this chapter, you will learn that people are different from each other in many ways. Not only do they look different, but they might also belong to different regional, cultural, or religious backgrounds. These differences enrich in our lives in many ways, also make them more fun. All these different people who come from all kinds of backgrounds and belong to all kinds of religions and cultures help to make India so interesting and so diverse. Diverse, please underline that in your book. It's gonna come in handy. Alright, I'm just going to decrease the opacity of my brush. Okay. So underline diverse. What does diversity underline that, add to our lives? How did India become like this? Are all kinds of difference a part of diversity? Now you don't have to underline this diversity. We have already underlined it right over here, so you don't need to underline that. Underline difference and right next to it write next to difference write diversity. So the meaning of difference is diversity. Now a part of diversity. A part of diversity. So are all kinds of difference a part of diversity? Question mark. Can diversity also be a part of unity? Now underline unity and write there. So unity is basically like living together. So it is unity. They say united. So united. United. Read this chapter to find some answers. Alright, let's read the chapter. Now you can see some portraits over here. Some students have drawn these portraits. Some of them are beautiful and some of them are really beautiful. I just copied that line from Magnet. I don't know what the name is. I think okay. Okay, let's go on in the chapter. This portrait was made by a student, and I don't know about your thoughts on this because of course everyone is diverse. What happened to my voice there? Now there is some blue water in the background, some greenery and flowers, and a girl standing. So in this picture I think it is more themed by, it is more peaceful. So the water flowing, the birds chirping, all the greenery, so it's peaceful to see it. And now this drawing, this one is more themed on, I think, greenery, because the flower picking up, the sun and everything beside it. So yeah, I think this is more on greenery. And now this one, this is I think more based on cultural, because the dress looks very cultural from different kinds of religions, I think. So that might be Tamil Nadu or something. Alright. Alright. So next it says 3 children around your age. You can read this. It's just a thing that you have to draw on this rectangle. So I'm just going to give you an example. All you have to do is draw yourself. not a really high quality drawing. You can do whatever you want. So yeah, you can do whatever you like to do. So yeah. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to give you a quick example. I am not going to go that like high detail. I'm just going to draw a normal stick man. Okay, so yeah, there is a stick man, and we are going to go to the next page. Now you can read this story, and don't want to stretch the video too long, so I'm not going to read it. You can read it. I already know the story, so I can explain it to you. But all the notes you can see it, whatever is happening, and the differences. So I think the differences in this story are that if you read the story, you will get to know all I'm talking about. Samir Ek and Samir Do, they both come from different religious and cultural backgrounds. Samir Ek is very rich and Samir Do is very not rich. He's poor. So I do not mean that really, just because of the chapter they wrote that in there. So I'm gonna take it. Okay. So Samir Ek is rich and Samir Do is poor. Now, just to see that, I'm going to pull up my gallery to show you this diagram. You can see the diagram in the notes, so you can just download the notes there. Now, Samir Ek, so this is Samir 1, he goes to school, but Samir Do does not go to school. Now, Samir Ek, he is rich, so he goes to school. But Samir Do, he is not rich, so he doesn't go to school. Samir Ek is Hindu and Samir Do is Muslim. I'm going to add that as suitable. I don't know what. Okay. Samir Ek knows English and Hindi, but Samir Do knows only Hindi. So I think that gives you a good understanding. This is also provided in the notes, so you can see it from there. And from my perspective, please download the notes. It's going to help you out a lot with the chapter. So you can read the story from here. Right. Were we ever forced to live in a place where all people wore the same two colors, red, white, ate the same food, maybe potatoes, took care of us, the same two animals, for example, the deer and the cat, and to entertain themselves, played snakes and ladders? What kind of stories do you think they would write? So it's basically saying if writers and painters they thought the same, like how non-exciting would the world be, because like they would just make stories, the writers would just make stories and books at the same concepts that would really bore our brains. All right, so yeah, so if there was no diversity in India, it would become very boring. The writers would just make the same concept stories, like I don't know. And diversity in India. India is a country of many diversities. We speak different types of languages. Please underline languages there. And underline food, underline festivals, different, don't underline different, and do practice and religions, underline similar is almost the same, please underline that. Okay, so similar and except that we do them in different ways, so please underline except, so that is apart. Okay, Okay. So how do we explain diversity? A little more than 200 years ago, so that's 200 years, long before the train, aeroplane, bus, or cars became a part of our lives, people traveled from one part of the world to another in ships, on horses, on camels, on foot. So that was like just a new part of the world that people were when people were just there. So now the next part is list at least this is an activity, you can do this, so you can use that activity and everything. So yeah, and just ignore it if I sound a little different, because I think my voice might be pitching a little bit high because I have a throat thing. So yeah, but I'm still making this video, determination. So please subscribe to my channel. I'm very sad because 77 are only subscribed that watch me. Well, a lot of people I think watch me, more than 2k people are watching me, but I'm very sad because only 77 of them are subscribed. So please subscribe to my channel, show some support, and I'll be very happy. And there will be also very new uploads, maybe even one upload one day, so, and maybe even 2 videos a day. So probably not that much, but I'm gonna try to upload more recently, because I'm in 6th now, so it's a little I'm a senior now, I got work to do, man. Okay, let's go. So these are different types of things. Alrighty, so let's move on to the next page. Now here there's really important stuff to read. Not only do people have different clothing or eating habits, but even the kinds of work they do are different. In cities, it is often easy to forget closely people lives are tied to their physical surroundings. This is because in the city, people seldom grow their own vegetables and grain. Instead, they depend on the market to buy all the food and other goods that they need. Let us try to understand what we mean by when we say that historical and geographical factors influence the diversity of a region. We can do this by reading about life in 2 different parts of the country, Kerala and Ladakh. I had some pronunciation issues with that. Never mind, let's just go. Okay. Look at the map of India. Now, what it says over here is not only do people have different habits, let's try like to historical and geographical differences and diversities. So they are using states like Kerala and Ladakh. Sorry. Look at the map of India in Atlas. Look at Kerala and Ladakh. Can you list 3 ways in which the different geographical locations of these 2 religions would influence in the following? So this is an activity you can do here. So you can do that by your own. It's in the Atlas book. If you want that, there's the link in the description, so you can see it. Great. So let's move on to the next page. This is some do you know that is really important, so you should definitely read this in my perspective. So Buddhism reached Tibet via Ladakh. Ladakh is also called Little Tibet. Islam was introduced. So these are some do you knows that you should definitely read. And this is some sprayer things. So Chinese fishing nets. These are some fishing nets. Now, by what they mean by diversity is the festivals, the states, how the other states and countries work differently. So that is what it means by celebrated, everything. So this, it's basically talking about how states are different in culture and festivals, how countries are different in culture and festivals, how continents are different in things, festivals and cultures thing, and how also people are different by their thinking and all, that we read in the first when we were talking about the drawing thing. While Kerala and Ladakh are quite different in terms of their geographical features, so it's basically talking about here is these, everything that you read here, it is going to it is sort of just going to backfire, because Chinese, Arab, Kerala and Ladakh, everything is different. Kerala has the Onam festival, and Ladakh has a lots of different other festivals that I probably do not know of, but that's all so you can read it by yourself. Okay, let's go. Okay, next one. This is the last one. So these are some do you knows and things. Well, in my perspective, they are do you knows because they tell you about the chapter a little bit more in depth. And please underline this: unity is unity in diversity to describe the country. And right from there, it was Nehru who coined the phrase unity is diversity. So underline that. Okay, so this is a phrase that Nehru said, Jawaharlal Nehru. Unity in diversity to describe like the country is, if you we united, then we can share our diversity thing. It's really in depth. Probably Nehru knows it. So these are some questions. These also some activities. So I think now you have a better understanding of the chapter with the notes that I've given in the description. You can download them with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video learning this chapter. I know we are there are now it's our holidays, but we're still getting holiday homework. It's kind of unfair, but still we have to keep clear our concepts. So, and don't like take this as a boring lecture session thing. I'm actually meaning it, and I'm probably sure that most of you had happened this in the past, that you just don't know anything after the holidays when you come back to the class. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Spelling is wrong, I know, but still. Bye.